What is going on today, boys? As you see, the cat eye is moved to the backyard since I won't be messing with it for a while. Got to fix my trailers real quick, my trailer lights, because I got pulled over twice going to FP because no lights. Like this one didn't work and that one was completely gone. So went to Harbor Freight, got some lights, just got already rewired everything all nice and whatnot. But basically gonna get this done and then we're gonna go to the back, and I bought a new truck that is gonna be the next project we're going to start working on. And probably in this video we'll go over all the parts I have, everything I still have to get. There's a couple things in the black truck I need to get and from outside, but this is the shelf for that truck. So you see what you see, you're gonna want to see this video. Trailer lights are done, trailers dropped, the L5P just sitting here. So we're actually gonna go behind me and check out what I bought. Actually we'll go over everything later. But yeah, this is the bed that's gonna be going on the new truck. And here's the cab, perfect condition. Sunroof, factory sunroof cab for the cat eye. So if I can find me a new frame, which isn't a lifted truck frame, which you can see actually the cat eye is a stock height. I guess we'll talk about this. I'm trying to just get a couple things out of the way because the rest of the video is going to be this new thing. But basically we have got the cat eye on factory suspension. It's actually the stock suspension of the LB7, which I can't show you right now. So stock suspension for the LB7 and the wheels from that truck. So it is back on factory suspension with leveling keys. So this is just a stock height leveled truck. So you see, still got our lowers, our factory knuckles, and then just same suspension as always had. Just stock height, or leveled, I guess. The rear stock, pulled all the suspension out of it. Just the factory leaf pack, no drop shackles, just a stock truck. Which is crazy. It's honestly crazy that how short it is or how little it is. But maybe one day we'll get back to it. But I do need, basically I'm going to take the cab from that truck. All the stuff from this truck goes into that truck. I need an interior, and then I need a frame because my frame is cut for a lift kit, which is right there. You can see it's cut for the lift. So I like a new frame, and then we get rid of the holes for the shock hoops I had. And then there's a couple other things I modified. Let's get into the new truck. What is that? Oh, it looks a little familiar, doesn't it? Oh no, another cat eye. If I didn't have one enough. And there's the LB7, which is why I couldn't pan over here. But this is my new truck. It is a 2005 Chevy Silverado 2500 HD. It's got the good old fashioned 6-liter 480. The exact same combo as this truck, just instead of a crew cab, it is a single cab long bed. But I guess we'll get into the plan since I already told you what I was going to do. But anyway, it's a 6.0 long bed 2500 truck. It's a base model work truck. It is bone stock, as you see by the stock tires. It had some trashy taillights, but I was trying to I was going to part it out and then I was going to sell it. But I decided I really want a single cab. Just my only issue with this truck. So I have never owned a two-wheel drive truck. And yet we have a two-wheel drive Chevy 2500. It's a 2005 Chevy Silverado 2500 HD, single cab, long bed. The exact same truck as the black truck. It's just a two-wheel drive. There's no rust on it, which is great. No rust because it's a Georgia truck. See, there's your frame sticker. No issues at all on this truck. The bed has, it almost looks like the bed has been in right there. Like, it looks like it was just pushed in a little bit, but it's not a big deal. Got a dent right here in the cab. And then this little dent right here in the cab. Not bad, honestly. This bed is in pretty mint condition. Got a little thing on the tailgate. This side, you've got your couple little dings and dents, just like every truck does. But this bed's actually way cleaner than my truck So I'm actually going to take this long bed and we're going to put it on the LB7, and I'll just keep that long bed, don't really matter. But yeah, so we're gonna take the long bed off. We're gonna chop the frame about 28, 29 inches off the frame, and then we're basically gonna move everything up, and we're gonna pop that little 5/8 short bed on it. So we're gonna have a single cab, super short bed, you know, the bed, because like the medium truck bed is like here, and we're gonna do like a super short bed, which is like here. So this is gonna be a pretty fun thing. But as I said, it is a 6-liter LQ4, which means you've got the, oh yeah, here's the interior. It's the base model work truck interior. Got the faux leather, no headliner. Chewed up steering wheel. Radio doesn't work. AC does work. It's just not that cold. Probably needs a little recharge. But it is not bad. It is not bad. Crank windows, of course, which are definitely going to have to get changed out. I am not cranking those. So, as I was saying earlier, had a misfire on 7 and 8. If you put it up to a scanner, it reads like 150 to 200, which is really bad. I put spark plugs and wires in it, and that fixed the area. It didn't fix it, but it got it down to like a 5. Then we go up to like 5 or 6, and then go back down, or basically reset the cycle or whatever. So basically pulled some injectors actually off of the engine I have for that truck, because it's a bone stock 6-liter full 80 combo, which is actually what is on the trailer over there, which is what we're going to go look at in a second. Pulled the injectors off 7 and 8, put them in this. This thing runs great. No misfires, runs really good, drove it around. But it has a slight lifter tick and an exhaust leak from this side. So needs lifters, obviously needs seals. I don't know if you can tell, but the power steering pump is leaking pretty bad, or at least the lines are. So need to change out the lines, power steering pump, which is actually great because I actually have a power steering pump for that truck. So we are going to go over the parts back up there. Basically going to drive this up front, and then we're going to go over all the parts we have for this truck and everything it's going to be. But this is it. Little single cab, drives great. Guess the mileage in the comments down below. Just what you think it's at, whatever you think it's at. It's got a good amount of miles, but it is super clean for what it is. But I guess let's get into what I need to do the plans for this truck. We come over here to my trailer of engines. Right here, I know I've said it before, is the stock 6-liter and 480 and transfer case for the black truck. I've had it since September of 2024, and it is November of 2025. So we have a whole drivetrain for that truck, and then this is the original 6-liter, the original 6-liter that is blown up. But what is great about this truck is it already has Texas Speed dual spring valve springs and chromoly push rods. Also has NGK spark plugs, which I know are good. We'll pull them out and see, but we're taking the plugs. We're taking the, taking the rockers. So basically we're just gonna pull the heads off, and then that's all I need for this truck. Otherwise it's just gonna sit, which it was open for a little bit. So I don't know if you can see in there, but it is got a little rust in it. But we're gonna take these valve covers. We're gonna take the heads, and we're not gonna use the heads. We're going to just use pretty much the top end. But now let's go take the rig over to the front yard. So I'm gonna let y'all hear this old girl purr, brother. She's a rig. Oh yeah, you can hear that exhaust leak, the lifter tick. She's sounding good. That's neutral. There we go. Oh yeah, this is a rig right here. Well, you know what's even more of a rig? Okay, so we're a one-wheel spinner because we definitely roasted the tires over there. But she's a rig. Workshop of nightmares. We have got the 6-liter table. Obviously, let's just take a little peek around here. And let's go over everything, all right? So this is our build right here. Nice, simple, and easy. We got it all listed out. Very nice. So we have our 2005 single cab short bed 2500 HD. We have a 400,000 mile LQ4. We're looking to build 16 pounds of boost. We have a Summit Stage 3 single turbo cam. This bad boy right here. We got Texas Speed valve springs and push rods. We are actually pulling out of the cat eye. So I got to go pull the heads off that truck. Might do it today or tomorrow. And then we'll just throw the heads on the table. ARP head studs right here. We have got Summit lifters, guides, and BTR head gasket kit and BTR just a full gasket kit. So we've got our guides, lifters, gasket kit, and head gaskets are also in there. We've got our CHE tuning kit because we're going to be spinning this thing up to 8,000, which is right there. We have got our Melling high pressure standard volume oil pump, the exact same oil pump I ran in the cat eye and it worked great. It is right there. Other stuff for the engine, we have the China high ram. So this is a Chinesium Holly high ram, Alibaba special. I saw it, I thought it was sick, and I bought it. $400 for this bad unit, $420 for the whole kit with fuel rails, lines, and all of your install hardware. Really, really nice stuff, even studded, just like the normal high ram is. They do have another one, so this is a big mouth one, where the mouth doesn't have any holes. And they do also make cathedral port. This just happens to be square port. So we're going to just run this because I have it. But I will get a square port with the holes because I'm going to go to drive-by-wire in the cat eye. But for this, we're just going to use a 90mm Camaro throttle body. Pop that on here, get an X-Link harness, you know the deal. And just run that. But we do have our China high ram, our standard high-flow fuel rails, and the standard, like all the Holly stuff, right? So square to cathedral port adapter kit, which I have ordered. We've got FIC 80-pound injectors, EV6s, which are right here. Fuel injector connection of Cumming, Georgia. Best injectors out. Ran those on the cat eye, worked great. Dual 450 Walboro fuel pumps in factory 05 hat. That is also in the cat eye. I've got to pull out 8AN lines, 10 micron filter. Also in the cat eye, I got to pull out. There's the 90mm Camaro throttle body, which is that bad unit right there. We have also got a AEM X Series AFR gauge and a 35 PSI boost gauge. So we have our 35 PSI boost gauge right here. And I've got to go search for the AEM. I think it's in the cat eye. I don't know. We've got an Aeromotive fuel pressure regulator, also in the cat eye. Red top map sensor. So we got our ZR1 red top map sensor right there. Also had to get an adapter harness from the truck style harness to the Camaro or the Corvette harness or plug. So we've also got a new oil pressure sensor because the sensor's weird, crank sensor just because, and a coolant temp sensor just because. Just change them all out, make it easy, make it done. We're pulling the whole engine and transmission out as one unit. Going to put it all back in as one unit. Might as well do everything while it's on the stand. Let's see, we have a 40K transmission cooler, but we're using it as a oil cooler. We're going to have oil lines going to it. So 6AN oil lines to the cooler. For the transmission, we have a Transgo shift kit, which is right there. It's a stage 2 or the HD2. We've got a 3600 stall 245 Pro billet Circle D converter. That is just got shipped today. It should be here next week. Trans lines, we have 6AN trans lines and trans fans from SPAL with 8-inch SPAL fans with a atomic fab shroud. That is actually, you might be able to see it right there. You see the shroud and the fans. So that is that. We got that for the 40K trans cooler and the 40K oil cooler. So that's all with the transmission. It's just a stock 4L80 shift kit, big old converter, cooler. Keep it cool, keep it running good. Lastly and finally, we have the turbo kit, which is twin GT45s. So these are a $150 turbo. We have got two of them. We've got two 44mm wastegates. We've got two, which I, for some reason, didn't order, so that's on the way. We have a 3-inch to a T4 flange connector. We have got our oil feed lines to basically go, we're going to tee off from the, this goes to the little port I have for the cat eye. It basically plugs into your factory oil cooler and you can run a oil feed off of it. And then it tees off into the oil feeds for the turbos. Probably go into the high ram. We've got our drain off of the turbo right here. And then we have this, which will go into the pan. So we got our oil drains, our oil feeds, all the gasket hits, our wastegates, and we have a 44mm blow-off valve. This is a tile, and then these are eBay specials. We've got 3-inch V-band clamps for the turbo kit. And then, of course, our biggest thing is we have got Shorty LS turbo headers to a 3-inch pipe. We got gasket kit, stud kit. There's also gaskets in there, which are stainless instead of those ones with the holes, which the stainless ones are way better. These are kind of junk. We've also got our 3-inch intercooler. These are the taillights, clear taillights. And finally, the last thing we have is a 3-inch piping kit. Oh, sorry. That is not taillights. That is the aluminum piping kit for the intercooler. This is our 3-inch stainless steel piping kit in this box right here with the gold tape. So we got our welder, we got everything we just need. I got to get my, I got to get some TIG gas because I right now only have MIG gas. We have got some of the LEDs, and then we got the suspension parts that are going to be custom made onto the truck. We're going to throw this catch can and coolant tank setup in there just because, and probably throw the silicone hoses in there. Just basically everything that came off the 6.0 is just going to go in this truck because I was already planning on doing something different with the 6-liter. So we're just going to take everything from the 6-liter and slap it in the single cab. So like I said, it's going to be a beautiful truck, beautiful engine bay. We're going all the way with it. Basically as cheap as humanly possible. That will hopefully make, at 16 pounds of boost, will hopefully make 650, 700 horsepower. That is the goal because it's a burnout truck. We don't want to make huge power numbers. We're not going racing. We are just going to shred the tires. That's all I want to do. That's all we want to do. Last few couple things is we are doing clear headlights, clear taillights, LEDs, short bed 5/8 swap, electric window conversion, 2.4 drop, all new suspension. Oh my gosh, the suspension on this truck is trash. And then brakes. We need brakes real bad. Roll pan, tint, and do a paint job on it. So because the bed I have is black and the truck is white, we're going to have a white and black truck. So obviously it'd be smart to just get it painted, make it look beautiful. And that's really it. So hoping y'all follow along with the build. Today is Thanksgiving actually. Monday I leave for work for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I can't remember. But I'll be gone for a while, so we're going to just hold off on this project, wait for all the parts to get here. And then once they get here, we will start assembling anything, pull the engine and trans out, custom build a turbo kit, because I do have more piping. I've got 2-inch steel, 3-inch steel, and 3.5-inch steel. So also got to build a turbo kit for the L5P. There's the turbo for the 6-liter, but got a lot of stuff coming. Just wanted to get this out here, go over everything we're doing with it, because I do have a lot of parts. A lot of time, and I think it'd be pretty cool to start. So when I get back, probably the first thing we're going to do is pull the bed off. We're going to cut down the frame. Need to go pull the bed off of the cat eye and get the fuel pump out of it. Need to pull all the other stuff out of the cat eye, go pull the heads off the cat eye. Actually, I might do that in the next 2 days, so I'll record some of that if I can. Otherwise, it's going to be taking the bed off, chopping down the frame, getting all that worked out. It's all going to be right here in my driveway because that is the workshop. So like I said, take the bed off, chop the frame. Then we are going to most likely, after we chop the frame and get everything where we want out back here, we're going to pull the engine and transmission out, pull the whole front clip off, transmission, engine out, goes in the garage, build it, pop it back in, new suspension, lowering. We're probably going to do hood exits, hopefully somewhere like right here. Just do 2 hood exits on each side and then do like a wastegate dump right next to it. Something cool. But yeah, that is pretty much it with this old girl. So yeah, next video is going to be probably cutting it down and getting a short bed. Then we'll do a third video. It's going to be probably pull the engine transmission out, pulling everything out, getting it ready, getting it prepped, wiring maybe. Then we'll do another video of assembling everything in here, going over everything, because I mean I've already built the 6-liter engine, built the LB7, and now we're going to do this. So no bottom end stuff, just because I mean it's a 6-liter. It's either going to last or it doesn't. If it doesn't last, I've got another one. I mean, it's a $500 engine. It is what it is. But that is everything. Hope y'all enjoyed. Hope y'all are ready for what we are doing, and it is going to be awesome. Thanks.